Hello my friends, this is Dr. Mandell. Today I want to share something very powerful with you, something that can transform the way you enjoy your daily coffee while protecting your muscles, your energy, and your health as you age. Now listen closely. After 60, our bodies naturally lose muscle mass. This is called sarcopenia. And when muscle goes, strength goes, mobility goes. Independence goes. That's why you must give your body the right nutrition to protect and rebuild muscle every single day. Many of you love your morning coffee, but what if I told you that just by adding the right powder into your coffee, you could feed your muscles, fight inflammation, and slow down the aging process? As I'm talking about cacao versus cocoa. As we get older, something very important starts to happen inside our bodies, something that most people don't really understand until it's too late. And that's the gradual decline of our muscles. Now you've probably noticed it yourself. Maybe your legs don't feel as strong when you're climbing stairs. Maybe your arms don't have the same strength when you're carrying groceries. Or maybe you just feel like your body isn't as steady as it used to be. That, my friends, is not just aging. That's something called sarcopenia. Sarcopenia is the medical term for the loss of muscle mass, muscle strength, and muscle function that comes naturally with age. This process often begins as early as our 40s, but after the age of 60, it starts to accelerate. Research shows that we can lose as much as 3 to 5% of our muscle mass every decade after 30 if we don't do something about it. Think about that. That means by the time you reach 70 or 80, you could have lost a quarter to almost half of your muscle mass if you're not actively protecting it. And why does this matter so much? Because muscle is not just about strength. It's not just about lifting weights or looking toned. Muscle is life. Muscle is what keeps you independent. It's what allows you to get out of bed, walk across the room, get in and out of a chair, and prevent yourself from falling. Muscle is your metabolic engine. It helps regulate your blood sugar, it supports your bones, and it protects your joints. Without strong muscles, everything else in your body starts to suffer. Now I want you to really hear me when I say this. Losing muscle is one of the biggest hidden dangers of aging. It doesn't happen overnight. It creeps up slowly, silently, year after year. And the scary part is you often don't notice it until it's already made a big impact on your life. You may think, oh, I'm just slowing down because I'm getting older. But in reality, what's happening is your body is losing that precious muscle tissue, and with it, you're losing your independence. And this loss of muscle is directly tied to a higher risk of falls, fractures, and hospitalizations. Studies show that seniors who lose muscle strength are far more likely to fall, and once a fall happens, the road to recovery is often long and painful. Many people never fully recover. That's why I say protecting your muscle mass is not an option, it's a necessity. It's one of the most powerful things you can do for your health, your longevity, and your quality of life. So why does muscle loss happen as we age? A few reasons. First, our hormones change. Testosterone, growth hormone, and other key hormones that help build and repair muscle start to decline. Second, many people simply become less active. Sitting more, moving less, exercising less, this inactivity accelerates muscle loss. Third, nutrition plays a huge role. Without enough high-quality protein, minerals, and vitamins, your body doesn't have the building blocks it needs to preserve muscle. And lastly, inflammation and oxidative stress, which increase with age, also break down muscle tissue. But here's the good news, and this is the part I love sharing with you because it gives you hope. Muscle loss after 60 is not a life sentence. You are not doomed to lose your strength, your stability, or your independence. With the right steps, you can slow down sarcopenia, you can protect the muscle you still have, and you can even rebuild new muscle no matter your age. I've seen people in their 70s and 80s add muscle mass and strength simply by making small, consistent changes in their lifestyle. It starts with awareness. Just by knowing that sarcopenia exists and that it's something you need to fight against, you've already taken the first step. The next step is action. Daily movement is key. Walking, stretching, light resistance training, these don't just strengthen your muscles, they signal your body to hold on to muscle tissue. But remember, movement alone is not enough. You need to fuel your muscles properly. That's where the foods you eat become medicine. Protein-rich foods, minerals like magnesium, and natural plant compounds from things like raw cacao can give your muscles the exact support they need. I want you to imagine something for a moment. Picture yourself 10 years from now. Do you want to be someone who is struggling to get out of a chair, needing help to carry groceries, and afraid of falling? Or do you want to be that person who is still walking confidently, climbing stairs without hesitation, playing with your grandchildren, and living life fully? That decision starts today. It starts with the choices you make every morning, every meal, every time you decide whether to move your body or stay sitting down. I'm telling you this because I care. I've spent decades studying the body, working with patients and helping people just like you, and I've seen it firsthand. Those who take action now, those who feed their muscles and stay active, they age differently, they stay stronger, they stay healthier, and they maintain their dignity and independence well into their later years. Don't let sarcopenia sneak up on you. Don't ignore the warning signs. If you've noticed weakness, if you've noticed slower walking speed, if you've noticed your balance isn't what it used to be, that's your body calling out for help. Listen to it. Respond to it. Do something about it, because your muscles are not gone yet. They're waiting for you to give them what they need: movement, nutrition, and care. So I say this with love and urgency. Protect your muscles like your life depends on it, because it does. Start small, stay consistent, add those little habits daily, and I promise you, my friends, you will see the difference. You will feel stronger, more confident, and more alive. And that right there is the real secret to healthy aging. I want to take you on a journey today, a journey into two powders that almost everyone has heard of: cacao and cocoa. They sound the same, right? Many people even think they're the same thing. But the truth is they are very different. And when it comes to your health, especially after the age of 60, these differences can mean everything. Now let me start by saying this. Words can be confusing. When you see cacao and cocoa written on a package at the store, most people don't stop and think about the difference. They just grab whatever they find. But your muscles, your heart, your brain, they know the difference. And if you want to protect your muscles as you age, if you want to stay strong and prevent decline, you need to understand why one is a winner and the other, well, not so much. Let's talk first about cacao. This is the raw, pure form of the cacao bean. It hasn't been heated at high temperatures. It hasn't been stripped of its natural power. When cacao is in its raw state, it's loaded with antioxidants, minerals, and natural compounds that do wonders for your body. It's nature's gift. In fact, cacao has more antioxidants than almost any other food on the planet. These antioxidants fight off free radicals, those unstable molecules that damage your cells, accelerate aging, and break down muscle tissue. Cacao is also rich in magnesium, one of the most important minerals for your muscles. Magnesium allows your muscles to contract and relax properly. Without enough magnesium, you'll experience cramp, stiffness, and weakness. But with magnesium, your muscles repair faster, recover stronger, and actually grow. That's why I always say cacao is not just a treat, it's medicine for your muscles. Now let's talk about cocoa. Cocoa comes from the same bean as cacao, but here's the catch. Cocoa has been roasted at very high temperatures, and when that heat hits the bean, a lot of the natural goodness is destroyed. The antioxidants drop dramatically, the enzymes are lost, and many of the minerals are reduced. What you're left with is a product that looks similar, but doesn't deliver nearly the same healing power. And to make matters worse, most cocoa powders that you find in the supermarket are not just plain cocoa. They're often alkalized, processed even further to change the taste and texture. They're sometimes loaded with sugar, artificial sweeteners, or other chemicals that do more harm than good. That hot chocolate mix in the packet, that's not giving your muscles strength. That's draining your energy and inflaming your body. So when you look at the two side by side, cacao versus cocoa, the choice becomes clear. If your goal is to fight muscle loss, support your circulation, and slow down aging, cacao is the real champion. Cocoa, unfortunately, is the imposter that just doesn't measure up. Let me give you an example. Imagine two people, both over 60. One adds raw cacao powder to their morning coffee every day. The other uses processed cocoa with sugar. The first person is flooding their body with magnesium, iron, flavonoids, and natural compounds that open their blood vessels, improve circulation, and help their muscles repair after simple daily activities like walking or gardening. The second person, on the other hand, is drinking something that gives a little taste but almost no muscle building benefit. Over months and years, the difference adds up. The first person maintains stronger legs, more energy, and better balance. The second person notices weakness, slower recovery, and eventually struggles with independence. That's how important this difference really is. Now let's go deeper into the flavonoids in cacao. These powerful compounds relax your blood vessels, allowing more oxygen and nutrients to reach your muscles. Think about that. Every time you move, your muscles need oxygen and fuel to function. Without proper circulation, your muscles fatigue quickly, they ache, and they break down. But with flavonoids, your blood flows freely, carrying everything your muscles need to stay strong. That's why cacao is not just good for your muscles, but also for your heart and brain. Better circulation means sharper memory, better focus, and a healthier cardiovascular system. The cacao also contains natural compounds that lift your mood and calm your nervous system. And you know what? That plays a big role in muscle health too. When you feel stressed, your body produces more cortisol, a hormone that breaks down muscle tissue, but cacao helps lower stress, giving your muscles a chance to recover and rebuild. It's like giving your body a double blessing, strength for the muscles and peace for the mind. I'm not saying cocoa is all bad. If you find a pure unsweetened cocoa powder, it still has some nutrients and it's certainly better than loading your coffee with sugar or artificial creamers. But the truth is, cacao simply gives you so much more. It's the unrefined, natural, powerful version that your body thrives on. The key here is quality. If you're going to add cacao to your coffee, make sure it's labeled organic raw cacao powder. Stay away from heavily processed cocoa mixes. Stay away from products with added sugars and fillers. What you want is the pure, clean version, the closest thing to nature. Just 1 teaspoon in your morning coffee can make a world of difference. And remember, it's not just about the taste, it's about what's happening inside your body every single day. Choosing cacao over cocoa is choosing muscle strength over weakness, is choosing vitality over decline, is choosing independence over dependency. So the next time you're at the store and you're looking at those bags on the shelf, remember this message. Don't just grab the one that's cheapest or most familiar. Think about your muscles. Think about your health. Think about your future, cacao or cocoa. The choice is yours. And the choice you make can literally shape how you live the rest of your life. I want you to start tomorrow morning with a little change. Add that teaspoon of raw cacao to your coffee, stir it in, sip it slowly, and remind yourself you are giving your muscles the gift of strength, healing, and energy. Day after day, little by little, those benefits add up. And before you know it, you'll notice the difference. More energy, less stiffness, better strength. Stay consistent, stay aware, and always choose what fuels your body best. My friends, cacao is a small change with massive benefits, especially after 60. Don't let the years take away your strength. Fight back, stay strong, and keep moving forward with health and vitality. I want to take some time with you today to share the incredible benefits of raw cacao and why this one simple addition to your daily routine can change the way your body ages, heals, and functions. Now listen closely, because what I'm about to share with you could be the difference between feeling tired, weak, and inflamed, or feeling strong, energized, and alive. Let's start with something I always say: food is medicine. Every bite you take, every sip you drink is either feeding disease or fighting it. And raw cacao, my friends, is one of those miracle foods that fights for you. This isn't candy. This isn't a guilty pleasure. This is pure nutrition straight from nature, loaded with compounds that protect your muscles, your heart, your brain, and your entire body. The first benefit of raw cacao that I want you to understand is how it protects your muscles. After 60, our muscles are under constant attack from aging, from inflammation, from oxidative stress. Every day our cells are bombarded with free radicals, unstable molecules that damage tissue and accelerate the aging process. But cacao is one of the richest sources of antioxidants in the world. These antioxidants neutralize free radicals, protecting your muscles from breakdown. That means less damage, faster recovery, and more strength for you to keep moving forward. But it doesn't stop there. Cacao is also packed with magnesium, and magnesium is a mineral your muscles absolutely cannot live without. It's what allows your muscles to relax after they contract. It's what prevents cramps, spasms, and stiffness. Without magnesium, your muscles struggle to function. And here's the sad truth. Most people over 60 are deficient in magnesium. That's why you see so many older adults dealing with restless legs at night, painful cramps or weakness. Raw cacao steps in like a miracle, delivering magnesium in a natural, absorbable form that your muscles can use immediately. When you give your muscles magnesium every day, you're giving them the signal to heal, to relax, and to stay strong. Another benefit of raw cacao is circulation. Cacao is loaded with flavonoids, powerful compounds that open up your blood vessels and improve blood flow throughout the body. And circulation is everything. Your blood is what delivers oxygen and nutrients to your muscles. Without strong circulation, your muscles starve. They fatigue faster, they recover slower, and they grow weaker. But with the flavonoids in cacao, your blood vessels relax, your circulation improves, and your muscles are fed with the oxygen and fuel they need to thrive. That means more stamina, more strength, and more endurance even as you get older. And let's not forget about inflammation. Inflammation is one of the silent killers of muscle tissue. It causes pain, stiffness, and breakdown. Cacao has natural anti-inflammatory compounds that calm the body, reduce swelling, and soothe your tissues. That's why people who regularly consume raw cacao often report less joint pain, less muscle soreness, and a greater ability to stay active. Remember, the more active you are, the more you protect your muscles, and the more independence you maintain. Now, raw cacao doesn't just stop at the muscles, it works on your entire body. For your brain, cacao improves blood flow and stimulates neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine. That means better mood, sharper memory, and less risk of cognitive decline. For your heart, cacao strengthens the lining of your blood vessels, lowers blood pressure, and supports healthy cholesterol levels. That means less strain on your heart and a stronger cardiovascular system. For your energy, cacao provides natural compounds like theobromine, a gentle stimulant that lifts your energy without the jitters or crashes you get from caffeine. This steady energy helps you stay alert and active throughout the day, fueling your muscles in the process. And here's something many people don't know. Cacao is also rich in iron. Iron is critical for making hemoglobin, the part of your red blood cells that carries oxygen. Without enough iron, your muscles are starved of oxygen, leading to fatigue, weakness, and shortness of breath. Adding raw cacao into your diet gives you a natural plant-based source of iron, helping your body deliver oxygen efficiently to every cell. So when we put all these benefits together, antioxidants protecting against muscle breakdown, magnesium supporting repair, flavonoids improving circulation, anti-inflammatory compounds soothing your tissues, and natural energy boosters fueling your body, what we see is a complete package. Cacao is not just a muscle food, it's a life food. It's a food that supports your independence, your vitality, and your longevity. Now I want to be clear. This doesn't mean you should go out and eat chocolate bars thinking you're doing your body a favor. Most chocolate is processed, filled with sugar, and stripped of the nutrients that make cacao so powerful. What you need is raw, organic cacao powder. Unsweetened, unprocessed, pure. That's where the healing is. That's where the power is. And the beautiful thing is, it's so easy to use. Add a teaspoon to your morning coffee, blend it into a smoothie, sprinkle it over oatmeal or yogurt, stir it into warm almond milk before bed. These little daily habits give your body a steady stream of the compounds it needs to fight muscle loss and support overall health. I've seen people who thought they were just slowing down from age transform their energy and strength simply by making small changes like this. They sleep better, they recover faster, and they feel stronger, and that's what I want for you. I want you to know that you don't have to accept weakness, you don't have to accept pain, and you don't have to accept decline. You have choices, you have power, and raw cacao is one of those choices that gives your body the tools it needs to fight back against aging. So I say this with all my heart. Don't underestimate the small things. That teaspoon of cacao in your coffee may seem like nothing, but over weeks, months, and years, it can protect your muscles, keep you strong, and give you the gift of independence. Every time you choose cacao, you're choosing life, strength, and vitality. Stay committed, stay consistent, and always remember that your health is in your hands. You have the ability to age gracefully, powerfully, and with dignity. And raw cacao can be one of your greatest allies in that journey. I want to take some time with you right now to talk about two powerful nutrients that make all the difference when it comes to your strength, your recovery, and your vitality after 60, magnesium and flavonoids. These two natural gifts work hand in hand to keep your muscles strong, your circulation flowing, and your entire body functioning the way it was designed to. And I want you to really listen, because understanding this could be one of the most important things you ever learn for your health. Let's start with magnesium. Most people don't realize how critical this mineral is. It's involved in over 300 biochemical reactions in your body. That means almost every cell in your body depends on magnesium to do its job. But for your muscles, magnesium is absolutely essential. It allows your muscles to contract and relax properly. Without enough magnesium, your muscles stay tight, they cramp, they spasm, and they don't recover the way they should. And here's the shocking truth. Most adults over the age of 60 are deficient in magnesium. Why is that? Because our soils are depleted, our diets are often lacking, and as we age, our bodies become less efficient at absorbing magnesium from food. Add in medications that deplete magnesium even further, like diuretics, antacids, and blood pressure pills, and you have the perfect storm for deficiency. That's why so many seniors complain about restless legs at night, painful cramps in the calves, weakness in the arms, or stiffness in the back. The body is crying out for magnesium, but it's not getting enough. Now think about what happens when you give your body magnesium every single day. Your muscles begin to relax. The cramping stops. The stiffness softens, and your body can finally focus on repairing itself. Magnesium is also critical for protein synthesis. That's the process where your body takes the protein you eat and turns it into muscle tissue. Without magnesium, that process doesn't work efficiently. That means even if you're eating protein, your body can't fully use it to rebuild muscle. So when we talk about preventing sarcopenia or age-related muscle loss, magnesium is one of the most important tools you have. But magnesium doesn't just stop with your muscles. It also calms your nervous system. It lowers stress hormones like cortisol, and that is critical because cortisol breaks down muscle tissue. High stress literally eats away at your strength. By lowering cortisol, magnesium protects your muscle mass while also helping you sleep better. And you know as well as I do, without good quality sleep, your body cannot heal, it cannot repair, and it cannot grow stronger. Now let's move on to the second gift I want to talk about, flavonoids. These are natural compounds found in plants, and raw cacao is one of the richest sources on the planet. Flavonoids are powerful antioxidants, but they also have a unique ability to improve your circulation. They relax the lining of your blood vessels, making them more flexible, more open, and more efficient at carrying blood. And remember, your blood is your lifeline. It carries oxygen, nutrients, and energy to every cell in your body. For your muscles, circulation is everything. When blood flow is restricted, your muscles don't get the oxygen they need. They fatigue quickly, they ache, and they take longer to recover. But when blood flow improves, your muscles are nourished, they repair faster, and they stay strong. That's why flavonoids are such a blessing, especially after 60, when circulation naturally begins to decline. Better circulation also means better brain health. Those flavonoids help deliver oxygen and nutrients to your brain, keeping your memory sharp, your focus strong, and your risk of cognitive decline lower. They also support your heart by reducing blood pressure, calming inflammation in the arteries, and improving cholesterol balance. So when you consume flavonoids daily, you're not just protecting your muscles, you're protecting your heart, your brain, and your entire vascular system. Now here's the part that excites me most. When you combine magnesium and flavonoids, you create a powerhouse effect. Magnesium ensures your muscles can contract, relax, and rebuild. Flavonoids make sure your muscles are getting the oxygen and nutrients they need to thrive. One fuels the process of muscle repair and the other delivers the building blocks. Together they create the perfect environment for your body to fight back against aging. Imagine this, you wake up in the morning, you add a teaspoon of raw cacao powder to your coffee. That one habit floods your body with magnesium and flavonoids. Over weeks and months, your cramps begin to disappear, your energy rises, your circulation improves, and you start to feel stronger and more stable. This is not theory, this is real. This is what happens when you consistently give your body what it needs. But let me also warn you, don't think that taking a pill or a supplement alone is enough. Your body absorbs these nutrients best in their natural form in the balance that nature created. Raw cacao delivers magnesium and flavonoids together in a perfect package designed to work with your body. That's why I always say go back to nature. Trust the foods that have been nourishing humans for thousands of years. I want you to really take this to heart. If you've been struggling with weakness, if you've been worried about muscle loss, if you've noticed slower recovery, painful cramps, or poor circulation, this is your body's way of asking for help. And the help is simple. It's magnesium and flavonoids found abundantly in raw cacao. Don't wait till the problem gets worse. Don't wait till you're facing a fall, a fracture, or a hospital stay. Take action now. Build these nutrients into your daily routine. It's such a small step, but the results can be life-changing. I've seen it with patients, I've seen it with seniors, I've seen it with people who thought their best years were behind them. The moment they began feeding their muscles and circulation with the right nutrients, their bodies responded. They gained energy, strength, confidence, and independence again. So my friends, remember this, magnesium and flavonoids are not just nutrients, they are protectors, they are builders, they are healers. And when you give them to your body consistently, your body will thank you with more strength, more stability, and more life. I want to share with you one of the simplest, most powerful, and most practical things you can start doing right now to protect your muscles, your energy, and your health as you age. And that's this, adding just 1 teaspoon of raw cacao powder to your morning coffee every single day. Now it may sound too simple, but let me tell you, small daily habits like this can lead to life-changing results. Most of us have our routines. You wake up, you pour that cup of coffee, and you enjoy that warm comfort to start the day. It's a habit, but here's the truth. Coffee on its own can be a double-edged sword. Yes, it gives you energy. Yes, it wakes you up. But too much coffee without the right balance can overstimulate the nervous system, deplete minerals like magnesium, and even leave your muscles more tense over time. But here's where the magic comes in. When you add raw cacao to that coffee, you transform your cup into a healing tonic. Let me explain what happens when you make this simple shift. Coffee contains caffeine, which gives your body a quick lift of energy by stimulating your nervous system. Cacao contains theobromine, a gentler stimulant that works differently. Theobromine lifts your energy without the crash. When you combine the two together, you get a smoother, longer-lasting energy that keeps you alert but calm. That means no jitters, no anxiety, no afternoon crash. Instead, you feel balanced, steady, and ready to move throughout your day. But it's not just about energy. Remember, cacao is rich in magnesium, iron, and flavonoids. That teaspoon in your coffee is delivering minerals that coffee by itself actually tends to deplete. So by combining cacao with coffee, you're restoring balance. You're protecting your muscles from cramping, you're feeding your circulation, and you're giving your body the tools it needs to build strength. Think about that, the very drink that could deplete, you can actually become a tool for healing when you add the right ingredient. Now let's talk about the psychology of habits. People often struggle with big changes. If I told you to change your entire diet overnight or exercise 2 hours every day, it might feel overwhelming. But what if I told you that simply adding a teaspoon of cacao to something you already do, your morning coffee, could make a profound difference? That feels easy. That feels doable. And that's the beauty of this practice. You're not reinventing your routine, you're upgrading it. Consistency is everything. It's not what you do once in a while that changes your life. It's what you do every single day without fail. That's why this works. You drink your coffee daily. Now imagine every single one of those coffees becoming medicine, giving your body antioxidants, minerals, and circulation boosters that fight muscle loss and aging. Over weeks, your muscles begin to respond. Over months, your energy improves. Over years, you've built a shield against decline. That's the power of consistency. And let's not forget taste. Many people think healthy means bland or unpleasant, but cacao gives your coffee a rich, chocolatey flavor without the sugar, without the artificial syrups, without the junk. You get indulgence and healing in the same cup. It feels like a treat, but it's actually medicine. That makes it easier to stick with because you're not forcing yourself, you're enjoying it. So here's what I recommend. Start with 1 teaspoon of raw organic cacao powder. Stir it into your hot coffee until it dissolves. If you like, add a splash of almond milk or oat milk to give it creaminess. No sugar, no artificial flavors, no processed creamers. Just pure coffee, pure cacao, and maybe a natural plant-based milk. That's it. Sip it slowly. Let your body feel the difference. Now some of you may be wondering, can 1 teaspoon really make such a difference? And my answer is yes, because it's not just about the single teaspoon, it's about the compounding effect. Think about it. 1 teaspoon a day equals 365 teaspoons a year. That's hundreds of doses of magnesium, flavonoids, antioxidants, and healing compounds that your body would otherwise be missing. Day after day, those nutrients protect your muscles, your circulation, and your energy systems. The result is strength and vitality that last. I want you to imagine yourself months from now. You've made this one small change. You notice you're not cramping as much at night. Your legs feel steadier when you walk. Your recovery after activity is quicker. Your energy is smoother. That's the future that consistency brings you. And it all starts with a tiny, simple addition to a habit you already have. Now let me also say this. Not all cacao is created equal. You want raw, organic cacao powder, not the processed cocoa mixes full of sugar and additives. Read the labels carefully. If it says Dutch processed or alkalized, that means it's been stripped of much of its nutrition. You want the raw, unprocessed form. That's where the magic lives. And I'll tell you something else. This isn't just about muscles. The benefits ripple through your entire body. Your heart gets stronger because of improved circulation. Your brain gets sharper because of increased blood flow. Your mood gets brighter because cacao stimulates serotonin and dopamine. You sleep better because magnesium calms your nervous system. So this 1 teaspoon isn't just protecting your muscles, it's protecting your entire life. That's why I say don't underestimate small steps. Too many people wait for a big health crisis before they change. They wait for the fall, the hospital visit, the diagnosis. But you don't need to wait. You can start building protection today. 1 teaspoon at a time, 1 cup at a time, and over time, the benefits will compound. So tomorrow morning when you make that coffee, pause for a moment, ask yourself, am I just drinking this for energy or am I drinking this for my health? And then reach for that cacao, stir it in, smile because you know you're doing something powerful for yourself. And remind yourself, this is more than coffee, this is medicine for your muscles, your brain, your heart, and your spirit. Stay committed to this practice, my friends. Give it time, give it consistency, and I promise you will feel the difference. Protect your muscles, protect your independence, and protect your life. Sometimes the biggest transformations come from the smallest changes, and this is one of those changes that can keep you strong for years to come.